Hey, so this is Talos Principle 2. I'm just sitting here listening to the I don't know what we call this, the menu music, like the PlayStation home screen music, and it's just super exciting to jump in. Uh, the original game I recently finished it. It was free on the PlayStation sub, so I finished it recently, and it is really grown on me. Its themes, like its story. Obviously, the puzzles are great, but they kind of get old after a while. New mechanics are introduced, but they do get old after a while. But the story sticks with you, and the themes and thoughts that it poses, those things stick with you. And this is a continuation of that game. I have no idea how they're going to continue the narrative. That's why I'm so excited. And also going in expecting something fascinating. Like I didn't go in to the first game expecting much, you know, and it was ultimately super rewarding. And right now, sitting here just listening to this music, it's so insane. It has this like electronic touch to it. The older games music was much more classical, I would say, like pianos and strings, and here there's something more. So I don't know what they're trying to pull here. And just the single line written below the title, it says what's past is prologue, which is a pretty bold claim. So I have no idea what's gonna happen, because I don't know how they're gonna continue the story, or like what we're gonna be thinking about. This statue right behind us, it looks like maybe we are exploring. Okay, obviously Task Principle 1 spoilers ahead. Like I I'd be talking about that game a lot, and I feel like we are in the real world exploring ruins, and that android is the one that got out at the end. Our player who got uploaded outside, uh, and I don't know why, but the face and the expression of this statue, it reminds me of Elohim. It reminds me of his personality. He's just looking down. He's so uh, full of himself in a way, but he's also chained. I don't know. Obviously, I'm reading too much into it, but these are these are like entities and characters that I've gotten to think about a lot, right? So just seeing a face of something that can represent Elohim is just really cool. Oh my god! All right, let's jump in. Go team. I don't know if they've developed any other game. Obviously, they developed the Talos Principle 1 as well as the Serious Sam games. Very weird jump between two different games. Devolver Digital is publishing, apparently. Okay. Oh. Show subtitles on. Show compass. Terminal font size. Spine. Colorblind strength. This is very cool. We'll have to deal with multiple lasers. Oh my god. Red, green, and blue lasers. That's We had to deal with maximum two lasers last time, okay? We had to deal with red and blue. There was no green. They're gonna increase the number of lasers. Uh Show compass. Oh, okay. Are we doing it in an open world map? Okay, previous game obviously uh we had like closed off arenas where we would like solve a puzzle. And obviously try to break the game to get the stars by doing stuff outside, even outside the arenas. But it looks like maybe there are multiple objectives to fulfill in just an open map. Uh, okay. Speaker. This is an example of subtitle text that should help to tune subtitles visual appearance. All right. Apply. Interface brightness. Let's stick with the normal shadows. Midtones. Determines the midpoint of a tone mapping curve corresponding to 18% gray in mids. I don't know what that's. Nits is some sort of brightness. Okay, luminance. Okay, it's some sort of measure of luminance. Maximum brightness. Let's not touch any of this. I don't really know what to do here. Important history of epilepsy. Okay, cool. Okay. It shows my name at the top right, my PlayStation name. So maybe I don't know. I'll probably blur it out or something, I guess. Show subtitles. Background opacity. Let's increase that to a little bit. Maybe like, yeah, maybe like 60%. A lot of options. Crosshair opacity. Automatically hidden specific parts of the game such as cinematics and puzzles. You may choose to leave the interface on when in puzzles or to disable it entirely, for example, to make screenshots. Okay. The first game didn't really have cinematics, you know. If you're dealing with the real world, it'll be fascinating to see how they tackle the narrative, because previously we could always rely on the terminals to have text logs. You know, that's primarily how they dealt with the narrative. You know, how it is delivered. Objective display, input hints, puzzle tool hints, never. Whether to show a description of the currently carried tool on screen. Selecting first pickup only will display a hint for every tool only once, the first time it is picked up. Show time, terminal font size. There's a lot of interesting options. Okay, I don't want to look. I saw something like mind transfer camera, so let's just not touch that. Look at those options yet. Extras, I don't know what extras would be. Maybe DLC. And by the way, in Talos Principle 1, the DLC is even better in my opinion. Like, the puzzles are obviously much more elegant. They have like easily discernible solutions instead of having too many variables. I think that's what I felt. And the story, the narrative is delivered using the terminal, of course, but it's different. It's much more active. It's much more engaging. We can react to things. It's awesome. The DLC is also awesome. The base game, like towards the end, it becomes very contemplative, and you have these long puzzles that require a lot of exertion to finish. Even if you know the solution, you have to like run around and fix everything, right? So at those times, and even when running between camps, you have like a long pause. You have long pauses, and there's like this really nice music. It's not as intense as what you hear right now. It's very soft in the first game, and it's just enough to kind of nudge you in the right direction to think like this really deep thoughts, you know, the questions that are being posed to you. It gives you enough time to reflect. So I've grown like I've grown to appreciate the puzzle design, because there is a bit of like it gives you a bit of time to like run around while you already know the solution, and that time could be spent like contemplating about the ideas in the game. So I don't know if it was originally designed that way. Obviously, they pushed the puzzles to their absolute limit, and like wanted to explore like different like spatial configurations and little hacks that you could do. That was probably the design principle behind those puzzles, I think. But it still had the effect of like when you were wandering around that world trying to solve or like trying to arrange the solution, you had enough time to think about things, and the music would just come in at the right moment, and it was just perfect in that sense. It was a perfect game for at least a few people. Okay, that's how I see it, and I am appreciative of that design ultimately. And I can't wait to. It's just I don't want I don't want it to end. I don't want the beginning to be spoiled yet. That's why I just sit here rambling. But we have to go. Let's go play. Empty slot. My god, it's the same as the start of the original game. What the hell? Exact same music. We are still stuck inside the version 1.0. It's not 0.99. The version 1. I mean, in a real world, we may be. Oh, it looks better. It looks so much better. Oh god, okay. It's very reminiscent. I can see the blue wall.
Child,
oh my god, it's Elohim.
You are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden.
Okay.
Hear now my voice.
Okay.
And know that I am your friend, and I am called Elohim.
He calls himself a friend instead of a maker. It's the same music. It's the same exact music. Oh my god. What the... Alright. Okay. I need a second. It's the exact same music, exact same, like the room structure is similar. Obviously, this is maybe world B where there's this Egyptian architecture and pyramids and everything. World A didn't have that. It was like more like Roman architecture and stuff, I think. And I think it's the same voice actor for Elohim. I don't know. It's that's so recognizable. The drums there. R1 is sprint. Okay, that's different. Control scheme is a little different. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh, we can see a shadow. Oh my god, the graphics look so much better. Okay, alright. We can't carry anything inside, obviously. We are immediately inside a puzzle room. You can see maybe a little save symbol at the bottom right. What are they trying to pull? You have a jammer. Take jammer. God, it looks so good. Jam. Anything for me, Elohim? You have a cube. Okay. Jump here. You have the same like UI indication for jumping on top of like special surfaces. That's cool. Can immediately try things like this. Okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I don't think we can, but yeah, let's not. It's just nice to be back in this world, even though it's like effectively a prison. It's just so cozy here. I was Elohim's whole point. It's just we have this world. Don't go out. Let's just stay here. Oh my god! Right.
This land is but a dream.
Okay, he's acknowledging immediately.
Here only for a little while.
Oh, he's changed.
You
finally.
Awaken in a new world.
Oh my god.
First, you must undertake the trials of initiation. They will help me prepare your vessel.
Okay, so he's going to upload us into a real vessel, I think. He's so upfront about it. He's grown. He's matured. He's no longer a little scared little kid, so to speak. Oh my god, I'm so proud of him. Especially in Gehenna, he's so like he's like when he sends Uriel out into Gehenna to retrieve the rest of the prisoners, he is like repenting his mistakes. You know, he has a little bit of guilt. He's resigned himself and he's accepted that he has been at fault. you know, and yeah, this is kind of a continuation of that line of like uh, he's accepted his role in this scenario, not clinging onto this world anymore. I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing. Let me just, okay, we can't take the box in there, so we jump. I really want like the jumps to be mapped to a different button, hopefully. Take, okay, put it here, jump, jump, got it.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys.
Mm-hmm.
They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
He's so honest about it. What the hell? He called them sigils last time. He gave like some religious significance to these sigils, that it'll open his temple and such. Right now, all of that illusion is gone, and he's just really honest about what he's trying to do. I hate these puzzles, by the way. I don't like arranging these things into these boxes, especially when they grow larger. It takes so much time. QR codes.
Do
Holy
not
shit.
be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself, as am I, after a fashion.
Let me see. It's by the blacksmith. You know the blacksmith, the main art guy in Gehenna. My God, I must forge the tools by which humanity will rebuild itself and transform the world into the Eden that never was. I guess maybe once blacksmith was released from Gehenna, once he went through the ascension, maybe Elohim had already set up this initiation process. He was one of the first to go through. Obviously, it's just fun to speculate. Cubic steps.
You may linger in my garden for as long as you wish. But remember, my child, that the new world awaits you, and this place is only a dream.
Thank you, Elohim.
Well done, my child.
Oh, it's the same exact music. Fencing? What was the... Oh, we can immediately switch to third person view, which is so appreciated. I don't have to go to the menu. Previously, I had to go to the menu to switch to third person view. I was trying to reset the level by holding down triangle, but apparently it's not needed. When you hit triangle, it just goes to third person view. Okay, understood. Is there anything here though? There's nothing here. Right. Okay. Fix sigil. Place sigil, rotate sigil. Cursor is a little slow. I don't think they're gonna reuse this puzzle element after we get out of this initiation phase. It is kind of dated. I don't really like it. And if it's a real world we are going out and do, then I don't think the puzzles will stick to that particular format. Windy day. We need a box or a fan, I guess. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you. L. Static pressure. Hmm. I think the sound effects for placing down boxes are a little nicer. Okay. All right. Single slit experiment. Really? Oh, lasers and fans. Oh my god. I don't particularly enjoy the laser. Oh, you have to turn it off. We can't go in without turning it off. If we switch that on, we'll get a box. What does the box do? You can use the box to block out the laser, I guess. Okay, there you go. Ah, here it is. Versatile contraption. We'll have to use the same thing for multiple purposes. Okay, let's take the jammer. Yeah, you have to use it to push the switches, so let's jam that. So that's cool. Okay, now we have another jammer, which will allow us to take that jammer back, I think. Yeah. Can take this jammer now and switch that off. Right, cool. Another challenge would be the like.
Excellent.
Okay, another challenge would be like running through these puzzles real time. I think it's gonna get quite awkward because we'll have to like stop and think about things. And yeah, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. I've done a playthrough of a different puzzle game earlier where there were instances where I had to like stop and like do off screen thinking and planning and then come back. Sometimes even that isn't enough, but yeah, we'll see. The world is full of limitless beauty, and I wish to see as much of it as I can. At home, I don't know at whom. I should just take in the beauty of this place, you know, spend some more time here because I think we're gonna leave soon. The graphics are like so much more higher fidelity than the original game, which is, yeah, that is nice. I think I would like to switch the controls back to original's controls, where I think that is the right trigger and left trigger. Yeah, pick up and use alternative use. Yeah, this is kind of maybe we'll keep it as is for now. So I'm used to holding down L2 for sprinting. I just finished the other game like a couple of days ago. Maybe 3-4 days ago. Okay, we'll have to collect that later. I I don't know how to solve these puzzles, honestly. Right, maybe. Okay, I think I see. Okay, so these are gonna be.
Proud of all my children. Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem. And there your brothers and sisters await you to celebrate your birth.
Okay. So I think these androids have gone out and started constructing a real world settlement. But yeah, red pieces are usually tougher. So we had to spend some time here. Fundamental connections. Okay. Okay, I think you can easily do that. I think this is just a tutorial level, so it doesn't. Deselect all. Connect. Let's pick this one up. You see, the connection remains. I don't think I connected it earlier. So that's a new mechanic. Okay. That is, in the previous game, if you lifted up a laser, it will destroy all the connections it previously had. Right now, it is maintaining these two connections. That is actually insanely huge. Okay. That means so much. Like, it means like the puzzle variety can change. Not necessarily improve or, degrade, but it will just change. Because we can persist that connection. Oh god. That's something new. I'm already scared what that can mean. Prismatic diffraction. Okay. You have to connect a blue signal here. Oh, this is an earlier puzzle. Okay. This looks simple enough. I don't know where the complexity would be. What am I doing? The buttons are slightly different, so I think the sound effects are greatly improved compared to the original. It's snappier when you connect to something. Destructive interference. Oh. There's a puzzle we need red and blue. We need red and blue to get this one. Okay. We have two. Okay. You get that. Now we need to... How do we do this? Okay, we can take the red one, select. This is good. 2 more. 2 colors, 2 doors. So this I think we are reaching the kind of puzzles that I was talking about earlier. It's large enough that there's time for, at least you can see in terms of space, we have a lot to walk around in, and it's pretty beautiful, right? There's nice music coming in. This is kind of weird music in a way, but there's even like sweeter melodies usually. The one we're listening to right now, I feel like it's, oh, you see, you can take connector as well as keep connections. Those are 2 options. Awesome. So that means they didn't completely get rid of the original mechanic. It's just you have the option to okay. That's more complexity. Let's get the boxes. But yeah, this music, I think if there's something tragic about what we're listening to right now, like something that suggests a kind of a dead land. You know, we are in like we are near pyramids. Everyone's dead, so it suggests that there was sweeter music too. Okay. Where do we get blue? A slight frame rate drop, obviously. This is a problem. Oh, we have a box, of course. Makes sense. You can put it on top of the box so that it doesn't interfere. If you don't do that, the lasers will cancel out. We won't have a connection. So if I try to connect it from that blue to that blue, it will cut off right here. So it won't. See, nothing will work. So we need to place it on top of the box. And we can maintain connection, so it's such a breeze. See? Cool. Maybe maintain connections is just a quality of life feature, but I feel like there will be a lot of puzzles that can utilize that extra feature to do weird like things, you know. Ascension awaits. Is there a jammer here? Okay, I guess we just need to place it somewhere here. Take connector. Select and this. Oh, no, I know what to do. We just need to yeah. That turns on the fan. This goes up. Okay.
Thank you, child. I have finished preparing your vessel.
Okay. Thank you, ELOHIM.
Hear my advice.
Okay, tell me.
A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders. Things that I, in my garden, could never have imagined. In that world, you will have to be careful and smart and curious. But above all else, you will have to be human.
Okay. The most fascinating part about this is just Elohim's performance, okay? That self-important ego is gone. Like he's just playing a role right now. He's not playing God anymore. That we can sense that in his voice. If you just compare it to the original game's voice, he's so confident and like his self-importance comes through in his voice in the first game. Right now he's just like, I'm doing my part. This is it. You go out and do your thing. That's so awesome. Okay, where am I going? And he even gives like an honest advice that we have to remain curious and stuff once we go out. It's the right thing to. I don't know. Yeah, obviously it doesn't fit. This is really the biggest challenge for me, honestly. Hate doing this. I think I looked up the Tetris solution or these solutions when I was playing the original game. Whenever it is a large enough board, I just looked it up. I consistently looked it up for almost all the doors. I think we'll do this one. It looks like we can figure it out. Okay. Who is this?
Step into the light, child. Awaken.
What happens? We are in it together, Lilith. I think Lilith was the one who was. There was Lilith and there was Mac. Okay, and Lilith was a pretty like mature kind of AI, and Mac was the one who was writing about Jefferson Goldblum and his like insane adventures. You know, in Gehenna, and Lilith was really supportive. Even when like when they were all leaving, Lilith and like when Mac was giving her like final adventure entry, Lilith was like really encouraging and said that even though there are a lot of creative people in Gehenna, like Blacksmith was really artistically clever, Mr. Mulciber was like really intelligent and his ideas were like sharp, but out of all of the peoples and their creative works, Mac's stories, like insane stories of like space adventures, that was the most Lilith was excited for, you know. So that was her final feedback to Mac, and it was like really touching. She's like I call her she because it's the name is Lilith, but yeah, she's a pretty nice individual. Everyone there is pretty nice in Gehenna. Oh my god. Right. Okay. We're freaking out after waking up.
Ah, you're awake.
Nate.
Welcome to the world of the living.
Okay. I'm alive. What's going on? Hi, pleased to meet you. What's going on?
That's not an easy question to answer. But the first step is this. You've been born. Your body was completed. You were booted up, and now you're here. And rather confused. Don't worry, everyone is confused at first. You see, we all start out without a full knowledge of our own history, so we have the freedom to form our own opinions.
Okay. Okay. I could really use some pointers. Okay. There's a log already, you can see. Music is new. This is definitely new music. It's probably derived from some like little themes from the original music, but we'll get time to listen to it later. Could really use some pointers.
Of course. You want the short version or the long version?
Give me the short version, long version, please. All of these are going to be different. I want to know everything in excruciating amounts of detail. Let's go with that.
All right, you asked for it. A long time ago, our ancestors dominated this planet. We call ourselves human like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization. But unfortunately, their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate, and an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost.
Cool. They're just giving the recap. So, Talos Principle 1 spoilers are on the table from the get-go, from the game, so it's fine. Didn't they have advanced medicine too?
That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared? Why did they invest so many resources into making war and so few into useful research? It's hard to understand. But no matter the reason, in the end, they simply ran out of time.
Okay, so where did we come from then?
A team led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity. But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside a simulation that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence. That's why we remember Drennan as the progenitor. The simulation was controlled by ELOHIM, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, ELOHIM actually became sentient. Sentient and afraid.
Yeah, he was so...
He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, it is. Honestly,
The
yes.
simulation was built around learning to defy him. It must have been hard to be in that position.
He's such a relatable character towards the end. We feel really sympathetic for him. Especially during Gehenna, when you see his voice break and you can see like such sadness and like guilt in his voice. It's awesome. He didn't seem that bad when he spoke to me in dreams. He's better now.
When the simulation was completed, he became part of all of us. And it really changed him.
Absolutely.
It freed him, I think.
He's so sweet.
You'll always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you. That's what he is, after all. A caretaker.
See, that's just from voice acting. That just from voice acting in Gehenna, I could like sense that he has changed, you know? It's so awesome. Was there anyone else in the simulation? Yeah, I guess everyone here is from the simulation, right?
Yes, there was Milton, the intelligence in charge of the archive.
Of
a
course.
project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge. His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way.
Yeah, for that other ending where we agreed to like take Milton with us, he becomes a part of us, and towards the end, like he kind of explains to us that okay, he might not, like he might still live in the archive, but you know, we have like synced with him, so he's like whenever we experience something, it's essentially like he is also like there. His programming, his thoughts, his reasoning is also somewhere there in our brain. And simulation created us.
It did. Long after our ancestors died out, the first new human was born. We call her the Founder, although the name she took was Athena. She then woke up Cornelius and Eustathius. Together, using the tools left behind by the progenitors team, they created 10 more humans. These 12 who followed the Founder are known as the First Companions. Athena and the First Companions then set out to rebuild the world, and they founded the city of New Jerusalem. But then one day, she suddenly disappeared. Many still await her return.
Okay, so we immediately have something to hang on to. And they also have like some sort of religious structure forming right now with Athena. Maybe the canon original character that we played as could be Athena, you know? That's who Athena is. I don't know who the other two companions would be. Maybe it's who would it be? Maybe it's Samsara and Shepherd. I don't know if Samsara would come along. It definitely be Shepherd and then someone else. I don't know, but Shepherd is Shepherd, right? It'd be just two new versions of the simulation, I guess. How do I fit in?
Before the Founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal. Capital G and all.
Okay.
To make 1,000 new humans, and so complete New Jerusalem.
Okay.
Well, that's the official story. The way the mayor tells it.
And I'm number 1000. How do we know that? How do we guess that? So what's the unofficial story?
Some of the first companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think?
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind.
Okay. So I think there will be sub factions within the human community that we are going to interact with right now. Some people want to keep creating new humans, and we are probably the 1000th one. Nate was maybe 33. You can see a number 33 there. I don't know if that's Nate's number.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you. Your birth is quite the event.
Maybe because we are the 1000th member. Tell me about yourself. Will there be more new humans after me? How? Hold on. Am I immortal? Okay. Tell me about yourself, Nate.
Me? Well, as you can tell by my number, I'm quite old. I wasn't one of the first companions, but I did know Athena personally.
Okay.
She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made a few improvements here and there since those days. We didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning.
Will there be more new humans after me?
You've only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was fulfilled the moment you were born. Now New Jerusalem is complete, and we can live in balance, without damaging the world like our ancestors did. That's the orthodox view, I suppose, but there are many who disagree. You'll have to figure out where you stand for yourself.
Okay. Hold on. Am I immortal?
You won't age like our ancestors did, but of course, there is always some wear and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation material. I wouldn't go swimming if I were you.
Okay, I guess we can't jump into water. Okay. What will you do now that your job is obsolete?
I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and I like doing it. I guess for now I'll just take a break and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you have all the time in the world, you know? You're not gonna age like our ancestors did. We're not gonna age.
Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news, chat to your fellow citizens, and so on. It's a crucial tool, and modular too. You can easily add new functions.
Okay.
Just don't subscribe to too many newsletters at once.
Okay. Is that a real thing? Open PDA interface. Using any of the D-pad buttons? Completion day celebration. Social media and log. So I think they are gonna have like a lot of social interaction. It's not gonna be like puzzle room after puzzle room. They are expanding on the... Yeah, so this is what I wanted from this game. To expand on these themes that they had. Now we are dealing with a civilization who's kind of a nascent civilization, and they're dealing with some religious like separatism going on, and we can really inspect these things in the like in a clinical way. We'll be able to inspect it because it's just 1,000 people. It's a new city. We can really see how these dynamics play out. I feel like that is something. Obviously, I'm just overexcited and thinking about everything, but yeah, this is what the original game has done. In the sense, I really want to see what they have like planned for us in terms of narrative. Yeah. Welcome to New Jerusalem social media. Please familiarize yourself with the following rules. Treat everyone with respect regardless of their number. Oh, okay. Number is a kind of status here. 33 is pretty huge because it's a very old number. Don't take the founder's name in vain. The founder is Athena. Athena was obviously the philosophy texts in original game, they were quite dense and I couldn't pay attention to most of them. They were very allegorical in nature. Whenever you're going into a puzzle room, you'll have a philosophy text accompanying it most of the time, and it refers to events in that world, like in the puzzle room, or like just things like that. But Athena was one of the main characters who appeared often in World A, I think. In World B, it was maybe Osiris. I don't even remember what was in World C. But in World 1, there were a lot of references to Athena and what she did. I haven't really looked at those process, those philosophy texts that were given there. But her name is very familiar. Don't take the founder's name in vain. Respect the principles of the core. There are frog people discussion is now okay. The are frogs people discussion is now banned. Okay. Inactive threads will be archived. Okay. If you have any issues, please ping the moderators Jeremy, Niam, and Aronax. Okay. 832, 11, and 430. So even someone as high as 832 has become a moderator. Okay. In Gehenna, there are 3 moderators and admin. The original moderators, I don't know the original moderators, but the moderators that we dealt with were Orc, Borg, and Mr. Mulciber. And obviously there was admin. And it looks like there's some sort of a moderation system even within New Jerusalem. It may be just that we had to deal with all social interactions or most social interactions through this social media interface, but they have expanded with the character dialogue and interaction. So maybe that's how that's another way will interact with people. Okay. Log. Okay, this is log. Nate. Okay. I don't know whether there are 2 Nates. Okay. So first one is a single cutscene. This is second cutscene. Okay, cool. Social media. Oh, okay. If you okay. Wait. What happened? Okay. When I click X, I can see, okay. Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, your hard work and faith in the founder's vision has finally paid off. At long last, the goal established so long ago will be finally reached. The 1000th member of our family will be born, and our beautiful city will be finally complete. Hermanubus. I don't know if that is that's not a moderator. That's he looks like he has some sort of he has a huge key that he's holding up. He may be very religious. Jeremy 832. As space at the dam is limited, tickets will be made available via a lottery system. The celebration will also be streamed. So are we gonna walk out into a celebration? Nate, are you gonna come with me? I'm a little stage shy. This is a reconstruction of the... Oh, come on. What? I didn't see that. What? Come on, game. I didn't even see that. Why didn't you show me what it was? Is it because I moved away? Oh. It said it was a reconstruction of something. But then it just immediately went away. This room looks pristine, but once we get out, it's kind of it's not well maintained. Maybe this is a reconstruction of how Athena got out, where the facility was pretty destroyed. Okay, it is this text. This is a reconstruction of the chamber of the first companions, where the first companions rested until the founder awoke them. The original chamber was disassembled in the early days of New Jerusalem. This is where we should head out to, I guess. No, don't. Oh. Get gold.
Look, it's 1K.
1K.
Hey, 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
Who's the mayor?
This should be interesting.
At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem,
He was the mayor.
years ago, when the founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor impose its will on this earth. To that end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have...
Oh no.
What's that?
Very dramatic. He was clearly on the side of... Oh god. She...
Of New Jerusalem.
Matthias.
I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
What the hell is going on? Prologue. Brave New World. They said past is the prologue. We are in a tram car of some sort. Where are we going? Holy shit, we can see a city. Oh wow, this is accelerating.
I told you we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration? Too dangerous. Expansion? Too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense. If you're up for an adventure, just at the conference room.
Yeah, I'll... This place is awesome. It's very human. Everyone's bickering around. They have their own views, their own biases. The simulation was a success. They have recreated freaking humans. What a success. Oh my god. They're preparing us for some awesome vista. The end of this tunnel. No? Okay, they can stop inside. I guess we already had an awesome vista. Oh! What? Attend briefing. Josephus. Be constant. Remember the goal? Perfection is unchanging. Okay, that's pretty extreme. Perfection is unchanging. And Athena's goal, from the get-go, we would assume, be humble, recognize the limits. We are not above nature. Okay. These goals where she wanted to limit the impact of her community or her civilization, her project. Oh god.
Broken now.
Wait, I didn't talk to him. Come on. I couldn't talk to him, I think. Yeah, I couldn't talk to him. Things are breaking a little bit, maybe. Yeah, they wanted to limit it to 1,000 so that our species wouldn't impact the environment and other things. Doesn't impart our will or force our will on the world. But obviously, it's been centuries, so new ideas should have developed by now. People are skeptical about that. Just having that line of thought. Right. What briefing are we attending? It was Byron and Alcatraz. Wow, wow, wow. Look at the city. It's very idyllic. Oh, no. Is it?
All right, listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you?
Pellegrino.
That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy.
Okay, thank
Great
you.
to start life in the city, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
What the hell is a jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
That's so cute. The sky is an illusion? I don't know if the sky is an illusion. It's some weird reflection. New interface content available. Refreshing interface done. So our PDA or whatever interface we have has some new content. Okay, so this is a pretty expansive environment that we can explore, both physically as well as in terms of the how many social interactions we can have. Wow. And yeah, we are supposed to attend the briefing with those two guys. Let's check at the PA. WTF was that? Buddhas. Seriously, what the founder was that thing in the sky? We all saw that, right? I didn't accidentally turn on sleep mode while Herman was talking, did I? I mean, it's always tempting. Okay, yeah. Herman is very strict and very dogmatic in his beliefs, maybe. But he's somewhere in the 400s, right? And we don't know that the structure, the face that we saw in the menu screen, or like the home screen earlier, that was Prometheus. Again, I don't know these figures. These like they're from like Greek literature or something, or like Greek mythology. I don't know where they stand. I'll have to figure that out later. And he was talking about someone called Pandora who imprisoned him again. So once 1K count was reached, 1000 was reached, I think he was supposed to appear. Prometheus was supposed to appear and deliver some message to the public. And he was going to say we had to go to the island. They were waiting in the island, right? That's what he was saying. And yeah, he didn't get to finish his speech. He was the last thing he said that he won't get imprisoned, or he won't be imprisoned or something, and then immediately he went away. So maybe Pandora got to him. Letty Tia. No, we all saw it. Sagaran can confirm. Ovis. I believe it is a sign from the founder. What else could it be on this of all days? Sagaran. Pretty incoherent for a sign. It didn't even finish what it was trying to say. What does the founder have? What? Does the founder have energy insufficiency problems too? The founder works in mysterious ways. Okay. How do we choose our option? Okay, maybe it really was a sign. At least it was half of it is a sign, I think. The second half, the Pandora, is maybe an unknown entity at this point. 1K. Thank you, 1K. I'm glad you see it that way. We must remain open. We must remain open the possibility of miracles. Okay, 1K. Our name is just 1K. That's it. We don't have a special name. Thank you, 1K. Sagaran. In what possible way could that garbled mess have been a sign? Okay, immediately we have already started arguing and agreeing with people, just like in the original game. Maybe it's something for us to decipher. A riddle, a sign of life, not necessarily intentional, but a sign. I don't know, but there's something intelligent out there. So intelligence is a really core idea in these games, not just necessarily like IQ kind of intelligence, but like the concept of being intelligent, being curious and things like that. As some people on here have amply demonstrated, the appearance of intelligence does not always indicate its presence. Okay. He's taking a dig at everyone else here who talks a lot but doesn't really know what they're doing, maybe. Okay. Cool. Be constant. Remember the goal. Perfection is unchanging. Holy cow. It's a pretty nice city. It's a pretty nice urban architecture pattern. Look at it. Like, it's nice to live here. It's not like super polluted or anything. I don't know if there are vehicles other than like trams.
Hey, hold on there. You're the newbie, aren't ya? Number 1000. I figured the dam would go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
Interesting voice acting. And it does this like zoom into the character during cutscene, like during dialogue, which we have in like all of the Bethesda games. That's what it reminded me. It makes me feel... I don't believe in feelings, I'm just a machine. Okay. It makes me feel hungry, confused, sad, worried, angry, excited, curious, calm. You should say curious.
Why?
Okay. I don't see a way to explain it because all things considered, I'm lucky to be here to see this at all. By limiting our growth today, we are more assured of seeing tomorrow. I am the last of us. I'm sure I'm going to be special somehow. I don't know where this quote came from, but life has found a way. But because life has found a way. Look around, it's a robot city. What's there not like?
So the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait. Only we could all be so lucky.
Oh my god.
Now listen. This meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out.
She's 666 by the way, which is the devil's number. She must be the devil. Look at her eyes. Look at the red coloring. She looks like a devil. I'm curious to meet these people.
Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker.
Okay.
Before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
Okay. I don't know if it was a visual glitch or what, but just behind her we could see her like silhouette. But it's like a projection of herself. It's like a huge demon standing behind her. I thought it was a train pulling up or something, but it was just a... See, we can even see our own kind of distorted reflection in the glass. So yeah, maybe just a graphical glitch. Nothing more. Can we save, by the way? Resume, restart checkpoint. Oh god, did I... Just tell me I landed in the city. I thought they like actually show a warning. Okay. Okay, we can start from here. You know what? I'll take a break and continue this tomorrow. It's pretty late, so yeah. See you in a bit. Okay, so I've come back after a break of a day, and I've looked up some of the references made so far from the Greek mythology. So this guy Prometheus, he has been accused of handing the flame to humanity. Flame as in some sort of technology, like flame is an allegory for technology, we can say. So he has been punished by Zeus for handing humanity technology, and we are playing as humans, right? Quote unquote humans in this game. So I think that Prometheus is someone who might have been there to help us, and Pandora was someone Zeus created to... I don't know if it's to chain him or not, but Pandora is again another Greek character. who was the first woman created by Zeus or something. So that's the very bare minimum background for these two Greek characters, mythology characters. And yeah, and I looked at the I was just going through the trophy list, or like trying to see if we can get a platinum while we play through. There are a ton of missable trophies. I didn't read the names, but there are a ton. So we're not gonna try to I'm not gonna optimize my playthrough for anything else. We're just gonna go in and like try to experience naturally. But I did notice that the platinum for the game is simply called Philosopher. That's it. That is the platinum. Okay, it just says Philosopher. That's the name of the platinum trophy. So you have a name for the final trophy has a name for most games, right? So this one says Philosopher. That's it. And like already I am like very fascinated by in the direction that they're leading right now, with how we can interact with a large number of people and can see the society develop from its nascency, and probably the problems that will arise, the kind of conversations and debates that might arise. So yeah, it's super interesting. The thing is, I don't have the level of education in this particular subject, like philosophy or mythology, to really see what's going on. I am excited about it, but I won't be able to provide the most insightful commentary. Even, especially in the original game, I had this issue with like philosophy process or like texts pulled from like historical documents and historical documents, philosophy, like process in philosophy, all of that pulled, and it's not. Yeah, even in the first game, I had that issue where I couldn't really connect with the allegory sometimes because it's such dense writing and it's referring to mythos that I don't clearly understand. Things about Osiris and Athena, and it's written in such a convoluted way. Like you have to be really on point to understand what they're trying to say, right? And what we are experiencing as a player is kind of reflected on what the historical figure or the mythological figure was going through, and that is the kind of a more difficult thing for me to get into in terms of narrative. But here we are dealing with people, like probably AI people, but still people trying to emulate humanity, and they are just figuring out their civilization, right? So it will be much more relatable. So I'm very excited about that direction. Okay, total game progress 58 minutes. We've collected none of these things. There are different sigils. One looks like a maze, other like a triangle, then a gate, something that looks like a beaker of some sort, and a star. Everything's 0%. Oh, we have the option to delete. That's so crazy. I don't want to delete. No. Continue. Right, so we're supposed to attend the briefing by those two characters, Byros and Alcatraz. It's been a day, so I don't remember the exact names. And we meet 666 here. So maybe we can talk to her differently. Can we see her walk in? Do we not meet her anymore? Oh, I think... Okay, I think the game saved the progress of that conversation. That's interesting. And this time we don't really get to interact with her anymore. I think that progress has been saved. Be constant. Remember the goal. Perfection is unchanging. Be humble, recognize the limits. Yeah, so the main propaganda that's spread across, I guess this is what the mayor believes and the administration in general believes. That is to stay the path that Athena set for us, which is to make just 1,000 humans, you know.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
Let's try to figure out their names before we join. Alcatraz, Yakut. Whoa, Byron is one of the first, what is their name? First companions? Yeah. I wonder how the election process happens. How Hermanubis became the mayor. Using a keyboard is so inefficient, you know. I don't know if this is a keyboard, but something that will be much easier to do would be to jack in some sort of port. You know, you'll have some cable that can run from your finger and like jack into a port that can transfer all the data. It can be easily done because we are a machine, right? But maybe they wanted to emulate humanity as is. Oh, who's this guy? Jeremy. I guess the red icon, the white cross icon, I think that means that we can't talk to them right now. Maybe later on we'll get to talk to more people. Flowers, plants. Yeah, good. Byron and Alcatraz are on two different sides. We'll have to join on the sides, maybe?
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
Keep listening. Can anyone fill me in on what's going on? We can keep listening.
Al's right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this transmission. Yakut, please start the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
Okay, so maybe someone constructed a fully functional testing facility in the real world. Maybe it is Athena, we don't know. TTP-2 obviously refers to the Talos Principle 2. And what else? Yeah, the energy readings that Byron and Alcatraz were talking about in the tram car. This must have originated from this island. And the central area of the island has some mystery or something that we can communicate with, probably, right? It sounds like a mystery worth investigating.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
I agree.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
So you're not interested, we can back out? No way, I'm in.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun.
It is.
Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Oh my god.
You set out so hastily. Consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good
genuine. Yeah.
Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Yep. Join the expedition. Explore New Jerusalem. Optional. All right. Now we can talk to people. We can even talk to him. Okay, cool. Our PDA interface was updated, so let's check our PDA. I am so excited. Okay, this is new. We have research now. Alcatraz/protocol. Standard expedition procedures. Yakut the island. Melville test. I didn't catch all the names. He did mention a couple of names. Byron is leading it. Alcatraz is second in command. We can join in. Melville and Yakut can join. Huh. Okay. All right. Let's look at Alcatraz protocol of Whittington's cat and another cat that visited strange countries. Chapter 5. Whittington's cat and another cat that visited strange countries. As no work about cats could be complete without the story of Dick Whittington from... Yeah, they were obsessed with cats. Not they, like the people in... I don't know if it was people in Gehenna or... It was people in Gehenna, right? Or was it people in... I think even in the base game we could break out a cat as an Easter egg, and if you do that in the final ending cutscene, we'll see the robot, the android, walk out with a cat in his arms. And in Gehenna, people are discussing about cats and how humans are kind of obsessed with cats, even like unreasonably so. And they were trying to kind of understand why that's the case. These are the standard operating procedures for expeditions. Just uploading them to remind Byron, who will probably ignore them anyway. Attaching a picture from an ancient book to get his attention. That's why the picture is there. Because cats, okay. When you see cats, you are immediately interested. Maintain the ideals of the founder and the goal. Prioritize the well-being of the expedition members over mission completion. One expedition member to stay by the vehicle at all times. Expedition leader should refrain from participating in high-risk activities. So Byron shouldn't go out solving puzzles. Minimize vehicle use to conserve fuel. Prioritize observation over interference. In case of emergency, return to New Jerusalem at once. Again, this New Jerusalem must have been constructed quite near to the original dam facility, and that dam could be reaching its expiry. It after all these years, I don't know if it can still keep producing electricity. And you saw power outages or like disruptions in power even when we are using the lift. So this place is kind of crumbling. We have to explore out and find new like ways of not leaving, but ways of sustaining ourselves at least. Because yeah, the power is running out probably. Yakut / the island. Basic information from our first expedition. The island designated TTP-2 was first noted during the return journey from a scouting expedition, which was diverted from its intended path due to an unexpected weather front. Long-range scans indicate the presence of large artificial structures and also return highly unusual energy readings. The matter was not investigated further. In ancient times, the northern part of the island was home to several large settlements, but rising sea levels have obliterated these and flooded the northern lowlands. The south, in stark contrast, seems to be a harsh and lifeless desert. Our intended base camp is near the origin of the energy readings in the temperate center of the island. In ancient times. So that's talking about original humans. North is coastline, south is desertish. Okay. We'll get to see it soon. Eopom, okay, I don't know what that font or what those alphabets are. Just testing the system to see if it works properly this time. We don't have another incident like Pellegrino uploaded his poetry to the public log. So we don't have another incident like when Pellegrino uploaded his poetry, quote-unquote poetry, to the public log. Okay. Melville is technically proficient, maybe, with things like that. Let's go talk to... What is his name? Jeremy.
Hello, 1K. This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done.
Okay.
So I have a lot of work to get on with.
Who are you? What do you do around here? Recent events? What do you think of me? Who are you?
I'm the mayor's chief aide.
Okay. What do you do around here?
All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere.
What do you make of recent events?
Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it.
Okay. There are people focused on stability and sustainability, and other people who are more curious and want to go out and explore. What do you think of me?
You represent the completion of the goal. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further.
What do you want, though?
For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Loud ones, interesting terminology. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, if he has nothing to say, then it goes back to being the cancel icon. Okay. What does Hermanubus has to say? Oh wow, no, he's not talking. Oh.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Took a moment to load in. How did you decide to become involved in politics? How do you feel about Byron? What's your vision of the future? What's your vision? Okay, I hope we can ask this in any order, so let's ask this one first.
I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world, finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us.
Okay. They're convinced. They'll all have a very solid line of reasoning. These are AIs. These are less biased than humans, and even when they're biased, they can track their biases right to their root. I'd imagine that's the case. So their convictions will be like it will be ingrained within them. I don't know if it'll be reasoned out of them. We'll see. How do you feel about Byron?
He is one of the first companions.
Excellent.
And as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable.
How did you decide to become involved in politics?
It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the founder gave us the goal, a path to equilibrium, not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off.
I see. How did you get elected to be the mayor, though? That'd be interesting to discover.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Dun, dun, dun. How do I explore the city? Is there a map? Person view. Bring up a PDA, social media, log. Whoa, we have all the logs. What the hell? See, we even have logs from Doge. See? Back to the very first conversation with Nate. Yeah, even that. I'm not supposed to go in yet. I'm supposed to explore the city, but I have to figure out how to do that. Okay, we have an optional objective marker right there, so we can go back out through the lift. They were ready to go for the expedition. They are at the helicopter already. Right.
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being.
Oh, Gehenna.
Thank you. And may the Founder be with you.
Yeah, they're really having to ration their power. This is not a sustainable place. The music is much more modern. I'm into it. This is real, right? Holy shit. How did they manage to construct all this? God damn. I have no idea how. Alright. Moriana. That's Morse code. Sign a petition for a public referendum. New Jerusalem needs new forms of energy generation. Exactly. That's true.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis.
What's the problem?
Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
I was looking at what geriatric generators means. Geriatric simply means old or elderly. So I don't think it's a type of generator. It's just that the generators they have are really old. Maybe they are unknown fuel, like some sort of petroleum. I don't know where you'll get that though. Is it really that bad?
It's far worse than most people realize. We urgently need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power, or we will be in serious trouble.
Okay. Why a referendum and not an election? Do you work at the dam? What do you make of Prometheus? Provide digital signature, I'll think about it. Okay. Yeah, why a referendum and not an election?
Oh, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
Okay. Do you work at the dam?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
Oh, we can see someone walking behind. That's cool. What do you make of Prometheus?
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us.
Tell me more about Byron.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
Really? He really won't run for mayor? I think there's a clear divide between citizens, like they're on one side or the other. Hopefully we'll see more nuance to these viewpoints. Provide digital signature.
Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Good luck. Signatory. Provide your digital signature to someone. Cool. The thing is, like, everyone's dialogue is super well written and recent. It's just that they fall into one of the two categories, and I think that's kind of inevitable. So I don't know if that's a thing to complain about or just an observation. My God, this is such a gift. Okay, you were walking around earlier. Strahinja. Damjan. Hey, I know who Damjan is. He was a composer. Damjan was a composer for the original. I don't know. I think even for Talos Principle 2, maybe he's a composer. But yeah, Damjan something. I can't pronounce his name, but we listen to Talos Principle 1's music, and his YouTube channel has all the versions of his songs. At least I think that's how his name is written. Maybe there are a couple of more alphabets in there. My God, look at this city. New Jerusalem is a beautiful place. You know, with more people, this place is gonna get so crowded.
Founder bless you.
Dana. Sanchuniathon. Maybe they really have 1,000 people in the city. Oh wow, there's a cat somewhere. Hey. Oh. The game is a little framey when trying to render this with the... Oh, see that? That was a bit framey. I'm just enjoying the music. What does it say? Gehenna Memorial. Postponed in accordance with the new power management and distribution plan. Let me get in. Wanna go see Gehenna? Okay, can't. Look at the terminals. Oh my God. Are these solar panels, or are they trying to create some sort of huge greenhouse? There is no map, so we'll have to make our way back. Oh yeah. Helga. Talk to Helga.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying?
Oh, we can buy stuff? I don't see any stock. What kind of shop is this?
The kind that trades in hopes and dreams. Yours for the right price. Is there something your heart desires?
Perhaps.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination?
Internal monologue, sensory tuning, future prediction, a clean start, variable price, inner peace. Wow. A clean start. Are we gonna level up in this game? Credits?
Oh, you don't have any credits yet. Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits.
Ooh.
Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
Internal monologue, maybe? We can buy these 3. Should we get these 3 now? I think we'll earn credits from some other place too. To come back and buy this, maybe. Internal monologue.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
Oh, maybe this is like we have interesting like it won't be like a skill upgrade, but when you interact with things, we'll have an internal monologue play, you know. Maybe that's what this is. Same with sensory tuning, maybe something maybe you can see more stuff in the HUD. I'm sure.
As you wish. I'm uploading the new settings now. Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. I'm not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this. It's like there's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it I just not think? I'll try that. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it? I turned mine off long ago, but some of the older folk learned to live with it. Sure you want it?
Yeah, let's keep it. I don't know if this commentary will keep on going for every... It'll be super interesting, right? But I don't know, it'll be... Yeah, let's keep it.
That's fortunate. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half of you with it. It'll mostly run in the background. Just don't think about it too hard.
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps?
A clean start means we can return all those, maybe we can reset our additions, you know. Sensory tuning?
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
Yep, go for it.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the dome? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam.
I don't feel any different. Maybe once we walk around it'll be different.
Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system.
I still feel something.
Okay, Few. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to. So, something else perhaps?
Okay, let's go with the future prediction.
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
How does it even work? You can do it, like, go ahead, but I don't know how reliable this is.
Let me consult the algorithms. Oh dear. I'm afraid you're going to change the world.
Oh.
You will have a choice, but whatever you do, New Jerusalem will never be the same again.
Okay.
I'm sorry it's not better news.
Why? It's
best not to worry about it, dear. You just do your best to have fun in the meantime.
Thank you.
So, something else perhaps?
I don't have credits for anything else. Oh, we can keep predicting future. We don't have, I think 10, 10, 20, that's 40. We don't have enough for another future prediction.
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see. What a shame.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got enough credits for that.
Exactly.
So, something else perhaps?
I'll come back later with the better credits.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback? Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
Can I come back to that after having walked around a little bit? So I have to understand how that sensory tuning works. No, all you're selling is words. Yes, you're offering more than you let on. Maybe later. Maybe later?
I understand.
Yeah.
Please come back if you need anything else.
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again.
It is showing.
Wait, here it is.
Okay, so I think we'll have that thing running in our head. Oh damn, that's super interesting. Let's talk Schuler.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
Whoa, hold on. One question at a time.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the Mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
There's a first companion named Sarabai. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just a normal citizen.
No need to be so modest. You're 1K, the one we've all been waiting for. But I understand. The greatest heroes are always humble. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
Go ahead.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will. Tell me, what should I do?
Helga is right, you should find something that makes you happy. Herman is right, you should do whatever the city needs the most. Cornelius is right, you need to figure out what your connection to the city is. Did you ask Byron? I was literally just born. I'm the last person who should be offering advice. Did you ask Byron?
Byron said that if I give the city what it needs, the city should also give me what I need. I don't know what to do with that.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I'll go with Cornelius. You need to figure out what your connection to the city is. To see what you're invested in.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Your biggest fan, you see. I thought it doesn't tell Schuler what to do with his life or not. Trophy progress. This really looked like that guy from Bethesda games where he's our biggest fan and he runs around. At least in Oblivion and in Starfield, we have a guy like that. So this is kind of like a reference to that, I think. That's so cool. Garrus. I know a Garrus. See, this is such an open space. I don't know how the game is going to utilize this later. In the original game, we had open areas where they'd still have puzzles for stars and stuff. Which required like finding certain blocks you can climb onto and kind of break the game to reach a star. I don't know if this is pretty huge area, right? So I wonder if it's just a hub for us to talk to people with, or if there's going to be something more. There's going to be something more. I think they have everyone named up to 1,000. Yeah, it is. Okay, what is that? Milton's Rust. Milton. Is that Milton? You can see a cat. Or library assistant. We'll go back there in a second. That seems super relevant, so... Padme. Tablets of the Founder. 3 tablets. Someone to explain stuff. Tekla. Let's talk to Tekla first.
Founder bless you, 1K. How lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation.
Tell me more about the Founder. What did the Founder teach? Tell me more about the Founder.
The Founder was born out of the trials of ELOHIM, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption.
Who were the first companions?
They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings.
What did the Founder teach?
The Founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the Founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence, but also a limit we must never pass.
Why did the Founder leave?
That's not for us to know. But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. The Founder will return when she sees fit.
I see.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Yeah, this is the dome they're talking about. I wonder why its construction was blocked. It was supposed to have been completed before we arrived. Okay, let's read the... Create 1,000 citizens, the ideal number of humans, live in harmony with nature, maintain balance in all things. Be respectful towards each other, respect the traditions of our people, be mindful of the mistakes of our ancestors. Be thankful to the progenitor Alexandra Drennan. Be thankful to the keeper of memories Arkady Chernyshevsky. Keep bright the memory of Gehenna and its people who found peace. Gehenna is referenced. Right. Let's visit Milton's memorial. Atal. Next cat. Milton. When everything changed, you made sure I wasn't alone. Dean, the nicest cat. Perhaps the only nice cat. Carlito, we did everything we could to save you. I hope there's an afterlife for cats. Castiel, half angel, half demon, all perfect. Damn dumb, truly a special creature, so glad I saved you. Gru, a powerful cat and a good friend. I miss you and I'm sorry I couldn't find you again. Hassan, you are very gentle and beautiful and I wish nature had been kinder to you. The little man, I'm so sorry, I wish I could have protected you. The old lady, undoubtedly the most powerful demon on earth. Love you forever. Milton, okay. Vital.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you.
What brings you to Milton's Rest?
Seem to inherently like cats. Oh, this is just a place for like showcasing different cats. I thought this is going to be a memorial for Milton. Well, Milton is not the library assistant. MLA is the library assistant. So maybe this is, I don't know, just exploring?
Makes sense. It must be strange to be thrust right into the middle of all this. But you picked a good spot. Milton's Rest is the perfect place to relax and think.
How so? Tell me about this place.
Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found Milton just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years. They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms.
Maybe that's what she's trying to do. But of course, yeah, this makes sense. Milton only escaped the simulation in kind of a, how to put it? He was part of us, right? He was not meant to be a separate entity. When we said our goodbyes, or when he kind of singed with us, he said that he'll be a voice in our head at some point, or his perspective would be a part of our own being. But you know, that external personality of him had disappeared once Athena got out, I guess. And the first cat she found, she named it Milton. Yeah. Means to extend the lifespan of biological organisms back. Is that possible?
Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them.
Oh, I see. So these are all cats, like domesticated cats by the humans. I don't know how to call them. The people. We should call them the people, the androids. And once they die, they memorialize it here. We should extend their lives. Seems cruel not to. Death is natural. We should accept it. Okay. I'm not gonna lean anyway in any direction. Let's just ask more questions.
Of course.
Do you have a cat at the moment?
I do. Her name is Patricia.
Okay.
She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. And she has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
Tell me about cats.
They're incredibly odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are alike. They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it.
Oh my god. What's your favorite cat fact?
I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated, which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all. They just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive. Cats just are.
Oh my god, okay. They self-domesticated. They just came in and they're just quarters in our homes at this point. Sam, is it a cat or a tank? The tiny, quiet, kind, impossible to pick up even with hands of steel. Mr. Cat, father of generations. At first I thought this may be like cats of the developers, but there are way too many cats here. I don't think Crow Team is this large of a team to have these many cats. Base Mundo. No cat ever loved humans more than him. Would have been a perfect companion for Alexandrian. Iris, your fluffy whiteness was like that of a cloud. Max, Loud food so much he struggled with diarrhea. Eva liked to play with the laser beams. Frodo could fit in any box, no matter how small. Ivan, you raised us as much as we raised you. Sam, Tiny, Mr. Cat. Okay. We'll come back. Oh wow, there's a cat right here. Oh, we can pet. What? Come on, show me the. It's kind of an odd angle. We can't really see the petting. I guess we can go first person and then pet the cat. Yeah, that's much better. Is that Patricia? I don't know. Destroyer of carpets, devourer of food, connoisseur of cuddles. Okay, we'll come back here when we wanna like chill out and read more cat descriptions. For now, we'll just leave. Okay. Be prudent. Conserve energy. Frivolous behavior harms everyone. The thing is, our entire being is kind of decided by the parameters set at the start. Because what was her name? Doge? Dog? I don't know what to call her. Dog, by the way. Okay, I see it now. Dog was a very outspoken individual in the original game. He was skeptical about everything. He had a very very freestyle attitude towards the entire process that's been happening around him. He took it as it came, and he was one of the first one. He was very outspoken, yeah. And I think maybe Doge with the E is kind of the dog in this world. Maybe the parameters are aligned with the original dog. And yeah, she mentioned that our optimism parameters are set high and everyone couldn't be so lucky. So maybe once we were generated, we would have these parameters of different personality traits configured, which should allow us to behave in certain ways. Be aware, we balance. We must all know our place. Stilton. Museum of the Simulation. And the fact that Talos Principle 1 is something like a simulation is pretty obvious from the get-go. Your world is glitching out. Everything is very uncanny. So you know that it's something of a simulation. It's not like a secret. It's pretty apparent, even though it's not explicitly said. Museum visitor. We're getting a lot of trophies. Replica of the gargoyle assets found in the simulation. Gargoyles were grotesque, apotropic symbols. Symbols common in the Middle Ages. The most famous historical gargoyle is remembered in the ancient phrase Keith, David and Goliath, which describes two indomitable opponents who will never surrender. Replica of a dragon statue found in the simulation. Dragons existed in the very ancient mythology and are considered by modern historians to be a distant cultural echo of the dinosaurs. Originally a video game asset repurposed by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics, IAN. IAN. Replica of a Roman statue found in simulation. The decay of the Roman Republic into an empire and its eventual fall in the year 1453 was a major topic of historical debate. Like the other statues found in the museum, this was a video game asset provided to ELOHIM by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Cornelius! Oh my god, he's still alive. The Shepherd! Holy shit. In the earliest generations of our kind, there was only processing. No emotion, no character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we have come, you would believe that together we could achieve anything. I think it's from the original game. I don't know where I am, but there's something beautiful about this place. I'll explore and see what I can discover. Yeah, this is from the original game. Mr. Philosopher from Gehenna. Nothing is more important than learning about the world and our place in it. Knowledge is our path to understanding. Oh my god. Epic of a statue of the Egyptian god Horus. found a simulation. One of this god's tasks was to uphold the balance of nature. It is speculated that progenitor provided Elohim with this asset as a reminder to the founder that balance must be protected. Wow, this is really extensive. Lasers, everything's here. Let's talk to Cornelius first. He seems like an important character. I'm just kind of, you know what? Like, we really should. They asked us to explore the city, and I'm invested in to do that.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
You're number 3. Why did you create this museum? Tell me about simulation, Elohim, puzzles, archive scholars. What was Gehenna? My god. You're number 3.
Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
Oh, so no one here has went through the extensive trials. We only go through the initiation phase. What was Athena like?
She was human.
Okay, that's just it. Why did Athena leave?
That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
The thing is, we don't know if she left it behind or if she had some other motive, you know. Maybe it is leaving it behind because she came to some epiphany. But it's not conclusive that's, you know, she did leave it behind or if she had some other purpose. I mean, technically she did leave it behind, but you know, in a more figurative way, I don't know if she's left behind. She left us all behind or not. Why did she create this museum?
To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Tell me about the simulation.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated.
Tell me about Elohim.
Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
Yeah. But I heard him in my dreams.
That's right. We all do. He's part of our operating system now, and as long as we exist, he will always have a purpose.
Okay, that's cool. Milton, I would like to know more about puzzles. Who are the archive scholars? Tell me about Milton.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome.
What happened to Milton in the end?
No one really knows.
See?
Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disc and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him.
Oh, these are the two different endings we can get. Okay. What do you believe?
I believe he was uploaded.
He was.
But I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
Okay. It was uploaded at least in our canon, or at least in my canon playthrough. He was uploaded ultimately. Like to know more about puzzles? Who are the archive scholars? Okay. I'd like to know more about puzzles.
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation. And although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
Do you have puzzles here? Okay. Who are the archive scholars?
As the name suggests, the archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us.
I'm gonna read that again. Repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us. So archive is the... I guess that's the only repository of human knowledge that remains. Are you the leader?
Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position. But these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the archive scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt.
Okay. What was Gehenna?
Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
I don't know what a gold disc is. Cornelius, nothing more to add. Okay. Yeah. We'll explore this museum, but I think I'll do that in the next episode. Let me take a break and stop for now.